to help us conduct this experiment today.
We were of different ages. We were made to like stand in a line.
Now, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. If your answer is a yes, step forward. If it's a no, please step back. Here goes. Ready? Did you learn how to ride a bicycle before the age of 10? Did you learn music in school? Did you take any lessons in sports? And no, video games are not a sport, even if it has the word game in it. Did you learn how to iron your clothes while still in school? Take a step forward. If not, take a step back. If you can make tea or breakfast, not just for yourselves, please step forward. If not, take a step back.
In the beginning, I think the questions were more general. People were still going forward and backward. Questions like it was funny to see, like the cooking question. There were a lot of men who went ahead, and there were women who were going behind.
Do you usually make all the household bill payments yourself? Do you know the circle rate in your area? Do you know the price of gold today? Do you know the exact breakup of your salary?
As the questions unfolded, the stark difference came out visibly.
Do you know the details of the financial documents you're asked to sign? Have you bought a vehicle in your own name without consulting anybody? Have you bought insurance policies unassisted? Do you watch or follow the budget?
Like you think you're doing okay, but then you're like, okay, these are kind of important things that I don't look at.
Do you manage your own finances and earnings unassisted? Do you know how to invest in mutual funds? Do you know the difference between a mutual fund and an SIP? Do you make the investments for your family members or your spouse? Do you file your own income tax return? Now, everyone who's in front, could you please turn around and look behind you?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of We Do Connect, which is very informative, and very much accessible to everyone. Today, we face a grave issue where women are very much literate, but still they are financially illiterate. Where is that they have the problem? Where is the problem that we are facing? So, we are going to talk on this issue today in our We Do Connect dialogues. Hello, I'm Nishita, founder of Pink Lotus, 6 Yards of Happiness, where we work with handloom artisans to ensure tradition meets modernization in the sari of silk and cotton. And I'm the national lead of growth and quality at WEDO. WEDO is a women entrepreneur development organization which was founded by Mrs. Kadambari in the year 2015 to financially empower women through different entrepreneur stages. WeDo has many entrepreneur flagship programs where women are being empowered through e-learning platforms and business consultations through many business requirements, and we have state of art mentorship programs. WeDo has also been awarded as best business accelerator for the year and also been contributing, and WeDo has also been contributing in many aspects of women entrepreneur places. WeDo has presence in many cities like Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune, and in pipeline we have Kolkata and Delhi to come up. Now, in the video, what you have seen is self-explanatory. Even though many of us are well-educated, breadwinners of the family, and we contribute in the financial aspects of a family, but still we shy away from making our financial decisions very independently. According to a survey conducted by Tata AIA Life Insurance, nearly 59% of women had shied away from taking their own financial decisions. Where in today's world we talk about gender equality, We talk about equality in the road, in votes, employment. Where are women falling back when taking their decisions? Always, these financial decisions and investment plans have been planned for them on behalf of them by their parents, and after their marriage, the decision making or plan making is tactfully passed to their husbands. And have, God forbid, if anything happens, we women will be left with so much mountain of financial burdens. Like, there can be many problems, there can be problems where we lose our employment, or unexpected bills, or medical expenses. And the worst, if we go through separation or divorce, where are we left when we are not aware, or when we are financially illiterate? So, friends, today we have a guest with us who is a person who can answer in all these questions. Today we have Seema Hari, who is the founder of Wealth with Seema, a financial management consultant, a financial planner. Seema, by education, is an MCA and and had worked for many reputed software companies. She has quit her software career to become a financial advisor with an experience of more than 2 decades. Seema has also started giving coaching as financial educator to young professionals to achieve the financial freedom. So, as women entrepreneur, let's talk about our financial independency and financial literacy. Welcome, Seema. Welcome, Seema.
Thank you, Nishita. So, I take this opportunity to thank you and also the WEDO and especially Kadambari to give me this opportunity to talk about the financial planning or financial wellness of everybody. So, thanks again for this opportunity.
Seema, can you tell us, being a person with with a software background and working with companies like GE, IBM, what made you leave your corporate job or corporate professional job and join as a financial advisor? Can you please, what was the spark which led you into this field?
Yeah, I
Yes.
left my corporate job just for my personal reasons because I was not able to balance my work and life with small kids. So I just quit my thing because my daughter took precedence when I thought about the career. So I had taken a break of around three and a half years, and then later I joined my husband, who was already an entrepreneur. So that's how I started my entrepreneurial journey, and I used to help him in all the aspects of his office, like operations, and let it be the management or looking after the accounts and everything. So this is how I shifted from the software world to the all the other aspects of a business. And later, why I decided to get into finance is like that is something that I was trying to balance in my life itself. So I have seen both the lower end of finance and also the higher end of finance. What I felt is like if we work for the money, then money will automatically start working for us. So that is where I thought, like, as a woman, we need to be always empowered, not in all the other aspects of life, but as a financial planner of ourselves, where whatever is the money that we get or we are able to make, first thing we need to do is set aside a part of it for ourselves. That most of us will never do it, and I am one among them. So that is where I thought like I can be of help to such women when it comes to money part.
That is so true, Seema. I mean, like, many women like us, when we are earning, we never plan out financial investments. Rather, we plan on how are we going to
Yes,
spend, what are we going to buy, or what we going to do for our children's welfare or children's education, like children
yes,
education loans and all that. So, Seema, when people approach you
yes,
for their financial advice or to make the financial portfolio, how many of them are the women?
yes.
What is the percentage of women compared to the men?
uh, Percentage of women is very less when it comes to the investment part, but there are like some women who are into the corporate world and they are earning a huge amount of money and they are stuck up with the finances. So these are the women who actually come for the financial planning with me. But assets, if you even if you see the entrepreneurs, they know everything other than their money, and whenever we approach them, also the answer will be, Seema, I only do the business. The money is taken care of by my husband. So
Yeah.
there, my question to them is, when you can do all the other aspects in the business, why the money has to be taken care by your husband or your brother or your father? I don't know why that is. So that is a big question that I have to this women community as such, be it like a entrepreneur or a professional or even a homemaker. So even I'll tell you, as a homemaker also, we need to have some source of income or some source of money when we are left with no such what to say, the support in life. Because when we are pushed into that situation, it doesn't come with invitation. So things don't
Yes.
happen as we feel like or as we dream. So maybe one morning we get up and see that we are left with no support, let it be husband or father or children,
Yes.
or it can happen and it has happened also. So at that moment, we just go and I'm just remembering one ad that streams in TV recently. A lady looking at the photograph of her husband with a garland on that
Okay.
photo, and अगर तुमने कुछ छोड़ के गया होता तो मेरा ये हालत नहीं होता. But I
Yeah.
say that is wrong. It's your mistake that you made that halat for you. You always can find a
सीमा
way.
मुझे लगता है like it's been in our genes or we've been given that no, like
Ah,
this thing which is coming from our mothers and grandmothers, all
yes.
the financial decisions, it's just the domain of the male. Women don't have any go
Yes,
in it, or we they are, it is portrayed as if there's something which our mental calibrity can't understand, which
yes,
is completely wrong.
yeah,
So like when what tell me, like if with the position like this, a woman who is not that educated, who doesn't have much awareness, what is the very smallest step that she can take to start the journey of financial independence?
see, let it be a non-educated person or an educated person who has an income or gets the income from somebody. Maybe an housewife will always have some money for her expenses. Maybe it's not she is earning it, but I feel like she should be bold enough because it's she who decided to be a homemaker, and maybe the family has supported that. But then being a homemaker, it is not that like the rice or the vegetables is being provided to you. So at times you are required to bring it independence. So why can't we set aside like every month just as small as 500 rupees and do an investment? I know many homemakers who has that piggy bank and they put that some contribution. They'll have heard of many homemakers like that
Yeah.
and make money. But I will suggest, okay, put it in the piggy bank and then collect it at the end of the month and make it as an investment on the first of next month, because you can do an investment to as small as 500 rupees a month, and that is going to see the money in the piggy bank will remain like that. But when you are able to move this savings to a concept of investment is where you are earning your money, so that
Yes.
again elevates your stand from a homemaker to a financially stable or independent woman at the end of the life. So that is something that we can think about. Many women can think about that, how she can elevate herself.
Okay, financial, sorry, Seema, now it's a general assumption, nahi to it's a belief. Like we will
Hmm.
rather put our money in chit funds.
Correct.
बस हम इसमें डाल देंगे and साल के end में और 12 months के end में we'll take the money.
Hmm.
But we shy away from saving our money or putting in something called mutual funds or SIP, which is systematic investment programs. We shy away from them. We are ready to, like, give a major cut as commission to the person who manages shit funds, but we are just shying away from saving them in a bank or in a financial institute where we are promised a greater return.
Yes.
So can you
See,
please tell us?
Nishika, this concept is like this. See, when you put money in a chit fund,
Hmm,
it is like a trust that has been built, especially maybe in India, it is like that. So it is the trust that has been built up for years. So, if I talk to any government servants, any person who has worked or worked with government of India, the first bank that comes into their tongue will be SBI.
yes.
But even if you take my case, I also bank with SBI. Uh, Not because I'm not a I'm actually a daughter of a central government employee and more basically a defense employee, but
Okay.
still, and my dad banks with SBI. Yes, he also talks about SBI. I
SBI
also
is a trust.
account with, yes, it's a trust for an Indian. And similarly, when you talk about insurance, everybody will talk about LIC. There
Hmm.
are private banks and private insurance companies who have also built their strong roots in India. They are
True.
here years together. But when it comes to this large chunk of people who is with government, it is a handful of people who would have depended on HDFC or ICICI for the matter, rather than SBI.
Hmm.
But what I will tell is, like, if you ponder on the facilities that others provide, maybe we also will think about jumping from SBI to HDFC or ICICI. It's not that, like, what is the concept built up in the people's mind? Like, private hai to paisa milna mushkil hai.
Ha.
If पैसा मिलना मुश्किल है, why is HDFC having more than 100% as the this what to say, the turnover? That's not the concept actually. It has been put into your blood that government है तो safe है. But what
Ha.
I say, I also agree to that. It is not that I don't agree to that. I also agree to that. But then, even these banks are regulated by the same RBI. The same
Hmm.
IRDA only regulates the insurance company. So they have to abide by that basic rules, be it a private bank or a nationalized bank. So it is the same concept what you told about the chit funds. So this
Ji.
is very near to your house, or matlab it is on the vicinity or within the radius of your eyes, and you are easily trusting that person. And when it comes to mutual fund, it is also in India from 2002. But how many of us know about that? And why I chose mutual fund is actually a story like this. those days, that is in the year 2003, 2004, when I was still a corporate employee, a good friend of mine suggested me to invest in mutual funds. And I actually need to thank that person, because I didn't continue it for long, but for what I invested, I got a huge returns.
Now
So
tell me
that is
about.
where, yes, so that is where my confidence on mutual funds are, and I still believe on that. And I have restarted my own journey with mutual fund, and also suggesting the people. But what I found about mutual fund, when I go to people or they come to me, actually there are more women. Matlab, those women who are employees who earn themselves, they are ready to believe me and invest in mutual funds.
Hmm.
So that is that change I'm able to see. They're ready. Maybe it might be because of the personal connect they have with me. I literally don't know about that, but that way to mutual funds, I have a lot of women uh, clients.
That is true, Seema. Like, only with the awareness is when we women will have the courage to step forward
Yes.
and do the investments. And talking about women and women earning, we at WeDo encourage women not just to develop their networks, but also help them to improve their financials. We help them in planning the financials right from the stage, be it a startup or a well settled business. We help them with our e learning platforms, different
Hmm.
methods, how to plan your finances, and if you're
Yes.
going to collaboration, how to distribute your finances so that we get best possible returns out of it. And we are talking about entrepreneurs now, Seema. So, when a new or young entrepreneur comes up to you with an advice, or say, bandi ko like kamari hai and she's earning well, but she doesn't know where to go. So, how will you start planning her financial portfolio?
See, if she wants to talk about the investment, see, I'll suggest one thing to anybody. I do this to whomever comes to me for consulting. The first thing that we need to think about before even stepping our step towards an investment is to see that, are we secured ourselves,
Gee.
and have we secured the near dependence of us, be it a man or a woman. I don't mind the sex at all, because if at this stage or at in this modern era, actually both men and women are equally responsible for the security of a family. So
Hmm.
actually our society is slowly moving towards that, or I think it has have 50% moved through that journey. So in that situation, it is not, see, the concept of a man being a financial plan is not at all something that we need to accept at this point. A man is
Gee.
also the same, and a woman is also the same when it comes to running a family. So, first thing I always ask anybody is, have you secured yourself sufficient enough that in your absence, your dependence will not suffer? So that is
Hmm.
the first step actually we need to take as a person. Like once we start earning, we
Gee.
see that we, first thing that we need to do, like we need to see that we are secure, and we
Hmm.
are also securing our family, because it is actually a very pathetic situation when a breadwinner suddenly is no more. Actually there is a lot of stories behind that, like which I have come across in my life also, in my journey also. uh, See, there's a person who works with an insurance company, and he didn't insure his family, and it so happened like he went for a tour with his friends and he drowned.
Oh.
And when they were looking at what is left, he has not done any insurance for his family, and he is left with a small child of 5 years and his wife. It's okay, the company supported, but then that might not be sufficient when you consider the small child. She is just 5 years now.
See, that
And
is
being
where.
a, yes,
जी
being
बोलिए.
in insurance, so that is where I tell, like, always, even if you have, see, you are homemaker by choice or by force, that's not at all a matter. If you are by force, make it a choice of yours and see that you know that your family is secure. If the breadwinner is not there, you know how to take over as the runner of the family. Like, how are you going to get that backup and all that? You need to be aware of at any situation. That is the world that we are living in right now.
Yes. I mean, जैसे आपने कहा that the breadwinner of the family, if he's no more, women are left where they are drowned in financial debts, and if
Yes,
home loans hai to loans. So that is the reason where we have to be financially literate. We need to
yes,
know where our finances are, where all the financial tools are available, and whom to reach out. So
correct.
I believe, being a woman, it is a lot more easier for me to reach up to a women financial mentor, someone like you who can make us aware. Seema, when we are talking about insurance, there are so many insurance. Like general assumption is life insurance. वो तो आता है बाद में. But there are many other insurance which women have been provided by, say, our government, be it state or central government, and many private organizations too.
Yes,
So, ये क्यों होता है that when we get our life insurance, or any health insurance, we go for floater insurance, like a family insurance.
yes.
Why is that not? Women go for the insurance individually.
We can. A woman can take her own insurance, where the specifics of women health will is taken care. So like, I cannot elaborate on that at this point, but then I can, if there is a requirement like that, they can contact me and I can get it done.
Yes.
Actually, why we go for the floater is where the security of the entire family is considered. That is where they go for the floater, where it is like a husband and a wife with two kids and the two parents, that is
Yeah.
one mother and one father. So that is how it goes. But the right choice to make in the floater is to have husband and wife and the two children, and the parents on a, I'm not telling that you shouldn't secure your parents, that they are first importance. But what I suggest is to secure them separately, because considering their age,
Yes.
and like, I'll tell you, like, the insurance and any insurance should then be coupled with investments. There are instruments of investments even with this insurance people, but then we need to choose that also in a very right way, to see that the like the returns that we get are going with the investment goals that we have.
Okay. तो सीमा, जब women की health के बारे में आती है, so what are the different types of instruments or the insurance policies that which you can suggest us?
So you have women wellness by, I think, most of the well-known insurance companies, where the women health is given more important. Uh, See, the floater actually it is the entire family, but then more precisely on the women health, like what the menopause or anything else, and the other specific conditions of the women, we can go in for a specific health insurance coverage for women alone.
Feel is the best and the simplest insurance, which is not that expensive, which we can immediately start off if any of us we don't have the health insurance.
Actually, I cannot suggest you right now on the name of the insurance. I can get back to you on that in the later thing. Like if you can come to me personally, I can give you the names and all.
Definitely, ladies. So you have Seema's email ID as well as her social handle on the scroll. You can definitely get back with her. Ma'am, Seema, can you now tell us about mutual funds?
Hmm. See, actually, why women take the back steps when we talk about mutual fund is like there is a wrong notion that mutual fund is same like share investment. It
Okay.
is a kind of share investment. I don't tell it is or no, but then it is not that we blindly go and buy the share of some companies, maybe Tata or Reliance or whatever it is. We are not going to go directly put our money into that shares and we sit and watch, and then
Hmm.
it may grow, it may not grow, and when it is going to drowning, then we get all the kind of shocks in our life, and then start blaming somebody else, telling that
Yeah.
they suggested, you suggested, I suggested. So this is not what a mutual fund does. So a mutual fund is like, it is actually a pool of fund, and this pool, in the sense like it is being sourced by many individuals like us, who don't, even people are there who don't know about the market, like whether there is a fluctuation, whether our money is going to go up or down, we literally need not know, is what I want to say actually. And we put our money into this pool, and there is a person who's again backed up by a research team and a knowledge people, and this person is called the fund manager, who literally has the total knowledge about the market, and he righteously invests this entire pool, or he might even distribute that among the good, like what to say, the good shares or good companies, that it gives us the that kind of returns that we don't get it from the bank, savings or whatever the other instruments are. And what is the big deal about this is like, even if your contribution to that fund is 100 rupees and my contribution is 1000 rupees, and there is somebody else who has contributed 1 crore, the return is equally distributed for the amount you
Oh,
have invested. So it is not that just because I invested only 1000 rupees, I will get only 10 rupees, and the person who invested 1 crore will get some 10 crores. Nothing like that. See, if that entire fund is making a profit of 10 percentage or 15 percentage, everybody who contributed into that fund will get 10 percentage of what they invested.
that is so nice.
So this
Now,
is what is the concept of mutual fund. Yes. Yeah.
ma'am, now what is the
And
difference
what I
between,
will also tell is like, yeah,
yes, Seema, what is the difference between mutual fund and then SIP?
yes, SIP is actually a method that can invest into the mutual fund.
Okay.
It is actually a, what to say, a disciplined way of investment. That is SIP, systematic investment plan. This is how it is elaborated.
Hmm.
So in systematic investment plan, it is like whatever is the amount you think that you can save disciplined way, in a disciplined way or in a systematic way, you know that is what you can do, or maybe you can consult your financial planner and see how much you can add to it than what you think, and you make a judicial decision that monthly whatever happens, I am able to invest this amount at any condition. So a month on month you keep on investing this money. You need to define your terms. But the thing in mutual fund or in this SIP or whatever it is, mutual fund, any method, you have one more method called SWP. It is actually the reverse of SIP. I'll talk about it after I complete this.
Okay, please.
So this SIP, once we start investing, the concept here why we get more return is this mutual fund. It works on the concept of compound interest. Whereas the other
Okay.
instruments, they talk about in terms of simple interest. And what is compound interest is like you get interest on the interest. I mean to say, if I am investing 100 rupees today and after a month its value is going to be 110 because 10% is what I'm getting returns, the next month this 110 will become the principal, and you are going to get the 10% on 110 and not on 100.
Hmm.
So you are going to get the interest on interest. This is what is the beauty of mutual fund, and it it leads to a huge difference when you are able to invest this for a huge period of time. Sure, it doesn't huge period doesn't mean that it's your lifelong, nothing like that. At a term of 5 years or a term of 10 years will give you a bigger returns than what you save in the other instruments, like in the post office or in the savings bank. It is better not to. It is not at all an investment plan at all. It is just as like you can keep
Savings.
your money for that 30 days where it
So that
requires
we
that you don't
don't
keep it as a
end
cash.
on spending them, we can just save it there. Uh,
Yes, yes. So I will never
Seema,
consider that as a
savings, okay.
investment.
See,
Yes,
Seema, now I have this personal doubt. Okay, so
yes.
when
Mhm.
we have this age-old tradition, like as we spoke about, this chit funds, and again you have the modern saving system, which is called as SIP.
Same.
So, if we have an emergency where we need a lump sum amount of money, a big amount of money, what we have been
Mhm.
saving, or in the traditional method,
Mhm.
we have the facility we can withdraw the money. So,
Hmm.
does the SIP to provide us such a kind of uh, compliance where we can
Withdrawal facility. Yes, actually, that is another very big advantage of a SIP is like, see, you keep on investing as long as you can, but while defining, you define your term. That is, once you're starting, you can always start like I'll invest for next 10 years or next 5 years, whatever it is.
Mhm.
But then at the end of 2 years, you find that you are into some emergency and you will require some money, but you don't find any other sources that is coming to your help in terms of liquidity. So you
Yeah.
can just go to your mutual fund account and you can see that your SIP has that capability to support you. You can immediately issue a withdrawal. You
Oh.
issue a withdrawal request, and the mutual fund works in such a way that SIP is something like an auto debit to your personal savings account, and whatever is the transaction will be happening through your savings account. So when you issue this withdrawal command and you say that I require to withdraw this much amount,
Hmm.
that amount there will be some processing time, but it will be like 24-48 hours. It will give you the date immediately, like on this date your fund will be there in your savings account, and that day morning it is there in your savings account if you even didn't see it also.
Okay.
But
So,
the major thing is that your SIP doesn't stop over there.
okay.
You can still, if you have that capability, that next month I can still continue with the investment of that amount, you can still continue with that. Your SIP
So,
doesn't stop.
so from where you left, you can again restart it.
Yes, you see, I'll tell you by example. Let me say
Oh,
that
yeah, that will be
I'm
easier.
starting SIP from the month of October.
Hmm.
So October 2023, I'm starting a SIP of 5,000 rupees per month.
Okay.
So my money is getting on building, like maybe at the end of 2025, maybe in the month of December 2025, I'm stuck up with some financial emergency and I don't have any other source to give me money. I'm just checking my mutual fund. So it shows me the actually what is the invested amount. I invested for, okay, entire 24 and entire 25. So 12 into 5, 60, 61 lakh 20,000,
Hmm.
and the October and November, December of this year. So I'm having more than 1 lakh 35 what I have invested, plus what I have
Yes.
got the returns. So whatever I want, I just let me tell you, I need 1 lakh 20,000. but I'm still having
Hmm.
more balance. So what I will give is I will not stop that SIP. What I will give is I need this amount to be withdrawn. So that 1,20,000 will be withdrawn. But you are still comfortable. Your mutual fund account has the remaining money. Then
Hmm.
15,000 plus your returns, whatever be the percentage
Yes.
of returns that you earned. So that is going to be still there in the mutual fund, and your auto debit of next month, that is January 2026, is going to hit your savings account,
It's
and
going
if
to
you are
continue
comfortable
as it.
with it,
Okay.
yes. So you still continue your journey with the investment. And I'll tell you the other option also. You can issue a
Okay.
stop comment that maybe you're finding like some financial situation, like for the next 2 months, I'm not able to contribute this 5,000 because I require it in a more emergency situation. So what I can do is I can stop the SIP, or I can remove that amount from my account so that that 5,000 doesn't get debited from my personal account to
Okay.
the mutual fund account. But after two
Oh,
months, I'm comfortable. You don't do that. You leave that 5,000 in the account. It will automatically debit, and your SIP continues.
okay.
So
So there's no
it
penalty
has
which has
all
been
the
added.
kinds of flexibility. Nothing, nothing.
Oh, that's nice.
The only
Okay.
money it will take is because it is auto debit. The bank charges the bouncing charges because it will hit your
Okay.
account, but you didn't have the
Huh.
sufficient balance. So bank levies that penalty on you, not the mutual fund. It's the bank's
Oh, okay.
penalty. Yeah,
All right. Then, which is not which is completely unavoidable. Okay.
unavoidable.
Now,
Yeah.
Seema, now, does SIP help us in our income taxes? Like, if we are going to file our taxes, are there any
Yeah.
benefits which have been provided when you are paying your mutual funds? So, is there any way that which can help us to
See,
reduce our tax?
like I told you, right, most of my clients are like professionals, corporate people.
Huh.
So the first question I hear from them is like, Seema, I'm paying a lot of tax.
Hmm.
So, is there a way that you can suggest me that I can reduce my tax liability? Obviously, I have a way to suggest, but then I need to give weightage for the other instruments that you are already holding.
Okay.
So, if you are not holding any other investment, I can tell you how SIP will help you, because a SIP, if you are in, there is see, there are different plans even in SIP, okay? And one that is going to help you for the tax saving is called ELSS, Equity
Okay.
Linked Savings Scheme. So if you
Oh,
invest in this ELSS, your money will be locked for 3 years. So these 3 years, the withdrawal cannot be done. You can't withdraw your money
hmm.
for 3 years if you are investing in ELSS. You need to be very clear on that. It is
Okay.
not that all mutual fund or all SIP is like that. No, only that ELSS scheme, because that you are opting for your tax exemption, it has a locking period of 3 years, which is the minimum locking period when we consider other instruments of investment for tax benefit also.
Okay. Now, when
So
you're talking
other
about
than that,
other
this,
instruments, so
yes.
when you're talking about other instrument, now can you please tell us what are these other instruments?
See,
Because tax to
there
have
these,
studied it.
yeah, there are these banks who come up with FDs. So you invest
Okay.
in these FDs, you are getting tax exemption. But the beauty of that is your entire money is blocked for that entire term. I think
Term
it
period.
comes with
Yeah.
5 years or something like that. So you will get your money back only at the end of 5 years.
G.
But this ELSS is not like that. See, I'll give an example. Actually, I have in my house itself children of age 23, 22, who have already started their corporate journey.
Hmm.
So at this age, when they earn a lot of money, they are going to get taxed. See, once you start earning and your earnings cross the slab given by the government of India, there is no way that I can even I think Madam Nirmala Sitaraman also cannot suggest a way where you can't pay
Yes.
tax. So first thing
Yes.
these professionals should understand is you are paying tax to the government, with which the government will in turn help us back. So always don't have that mentality like I always need to pay a nil tax. That will never happen. You, when you are going to grow in your professional life or in your career life, you want your income to be increasing. At one stage you are hit with tax, boss. That can't be avoided. But only thing is there are ways where you can reduce that liability. So you are reducing that liability and you are increasing your asset by investment into various forms. Of that, the ELSS is the best choice because the returns are more and the lock in period is less. And there is another thing like PPF.
Okay.
When there is that is by I think both the banks as well as the post office, they offer this PPF account. But in PPF I think it is 15 years, and you are going to get your money only at the end of 15 years, the entire thing at one shot.
That
So
is such a
there
long
you
wait.
invest and you forget.
Okay, so this can be a retirement plan.
Correct. It can be a retirement plan, but I will also give one suggestion to all of you when you consider investment is like you need to always distribute your investments into different buckets. So,
Yes.
and how are you going to decide the different buckets is based on your financial goals in future. See, as I
So
told
maybe,
you, I have people at my home where they are into corporate life at a very young age of 22 and 23. At this moment, they don't have any financial goals other than how to spend this money for all the
yes, that is
previous
so
22
true.
years that I have not say like spend the money.
Like,
So that will be their financial goal. But I tell them you can spend your money. I don't tell don't spend your money. It's your money and you can spend it. But then think that at the later stages of your life also you need to have the same independence to spend the money when you want to spend it. So
okay.
that is something that these youngsters need to put it into their mind when they think about spending their money. That is when they start investing at this age, then that will become a part of their life routine, and that is not going to hit them hard at a later stage. So when
I
I
think
talk about insurance also, first thing, the way of securing yourself and your dependent is first secure yourself. First thing you do is have a term insurance, and as early you start, your investment is very less, and that is something that is going to continue even till 60 years of age. So when you're going to insure yourself at 20 years, your insurance amount will be somewhere close to 10,000 a year or 15,000 a year. And you need to see that at the age of 45 also, when you're contributing to your term insurance, you are going to contribute only this 15,000. It is not going to increase with your years. It will never increase as long as you try to increase your contribution.
okay.
So that is
सीमा ये
what
तो
I
हुआ.
will always suggest. हाँ
यस,
बताओ.
ये तो हुआ यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के बारे में और यंग लड़कियों के बारे में who have just started with their professional life and they started investing. Now let's talk
Yes.
about the women who are at the stage where they are
Hmm.
breadwinners and they still don't know about it. So is there any kind of instrument, say mutual funds, where they can I mean, they can start withdrawing monthly. I read about an
Yes.
instrument or a financial instrument where they can invest, and at the later stage of their life, say somewhat 50s or late 40s, when they can start withdrawing money on monthly basis. Can you
Yes.
please
This
tell
is
more?
what I was telling about this scheme, like SWP. It is called
Yes.
systematic withdrawal plan. See,
Hmm.
actually, in mutual fund, you start your see the people who are young. If they start doing the SIP for the next 10 years, so they may reach at the age of 35 or 40. They would have made a huge amount as an investment.
Hmm.
Actually, an investment of 10,000 per month started at the age of 2025, and when you reach 40, that is, you have already invested for 15 years, the constant amount of 10,000, you will reach an amount of like 30 lakhs or 45 lakhs, something like that. And what
Yes.
you can do is that you can, at that stage, you can convert part of this as an SWP. It is like you are, what to say, locking this like a part of your investment, like 30 lakhs or something. You are parking it, and from there, a part of the returns, not the entire returns. Now, if that fund in which you are investing is giving you 15% returns every month or every year, whatever it is, 6 percentage of that will automatically hit your account every month. But
Hmm.
your principal amount is safe, and it is also the, so 15 minus 6% is 9%. That 9% is getting added up to that fund itself
Okay.
as a
So
return.
you are getting the interest which you can withdraw every month.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And
And see,
Seema,
this
like,
instrument can be used in a different way. Like there may be like different other ways where you get that lump sum amount. Maybe you have invested in some insurance and you have got the maturity amount, or you have inherited some money from your ancestors, and that is there with you, or that has been given to you at one stage of life. And what you can do is you can invest that, not as a lump sum but as an SWP, so that you start getting the returns as a monthly,
okay.
what is income, basically a kind of passive income is what we say about it. So you start getting that lifelong. And
So
the
you are
best part is,
making,
if you have not withdrawn, is this is going to pass on to your next
oh, so you're
generation also. It's a
okay. So
legacy
you're
actually.
making your money work for you. Instead of just
Yeah.
having it in the bank, you're just putting it to
Yes.
the work. I think that
Yes.
is a very intelligent decision on behalf of someone who has inherited lumps of amount, or
Yes.
anyone, for fortunately or luckily it can be any one of us. So this is
Yes.
what the plan we have to go for.
Yes.
Seema, when we like we were already talking about retirement plans through mutual
Yes.
funds, is there anything in life insurance or insurance where where they can be planned, or a combination which can help us as a systematic withdrawals, same like retirement funds? Is there anything in insurance of such kind?
Yes, even in insurance, you have certain investment plans. See where you invest. See nowadays, like when we were very young and when our parents were earning, LIC was the only thing that
Yeah, there was
everybody
the
used
only
to
option.
look up. Only option. So there also there was like this retirement plan and all that in those years also. So but then the investment term was as huge as 20 years and 25 years and so, and then later you start getting the returns. But now we have it is not as a part of retirement, but as an investment plan, and then we can move on whatever is that coming back to us. So the investment period, or the what to say, the premium payment period is as low as even 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Is as low as 5 years. Even now, I'll tell you one instrument of term insurance. This is given by HDFC actually. So this term insurance is normally, when I spoke to one of my clients, she was a lady client, and she is very young, maybe in 30s, in her 30s.
Hmm.
And I asked simply because I she was very confident in sharing all her income details and the investment details with me, and I was finding that she is, for her income and the dependent she has, she is not covered completely. I should
Okay.
say she's covered very, very less. less than 1%. So I
Hmm.
was just talking to her, and I told her, why have you not like secured yours? The answer I got from her is like, Seema, why I don't think about term insurance is like, it is something that we invest and we don't get back if nothing happens to me.
Now that's a myth, right? Okay, Seema,
Yeah, that's a
Abhi,
myth.
for Rokne Wali, okay? There
हाँ
are
बताओ.
so many myths which are like around all the insurances. Now, what are the
Yes.
myths which you have come across? I'm sure there will be something which can we can just laugh out. So, can you please tell us
Yeah.
what are the myths?
See, this is one where she told me, Seema, I didn't think about term insurance because what I invest, I'm not going to get. So this is where the HDFC has come up with the. See, actually, the worst part of this answer is hidden in the answer itself. But what if something happens to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so that apart, so now HDFC has come out with a scheme where it is called as smart exit, where
Okay.
it is very good for people like her who are in her late 20s and early 30s. It's like they can invest for next 10 years only.
Okay.
That is, they are going to pay the premium for next 10 years, and they can decide their life till when they want to cover. Is it at 60 they want to break, or 65, or 85? Up to 85, it is the default they are covered. So the
Hmm.
coverage is dependent on what premium you are ready to pay, or what coverage you actually want, and you are comfortable on that premium amount. So
Hmm.
that is something that is decided on each person to person basis. But that's not something that I wanted to tell. There is a thing called smart exit, but there you will have to complete your policy term of 30 years. And so when you complete the policy term of 30 years, when you are 30-year-old, you are going to be 60 years old. And at that age, you can just think maybe you are not the breadwinner and the breadwinner is somebody else, maybe your child, and now you have become moved into a dependent stage. It's like when you can give that smart exit. But that you have to decide now itself. When you are taking the policy, you need to decide that. But you just think you have only invested for 10 years, okay? Only your coverage is going on for 30 years. You can
Okay.
exit in that. Is like you will get that invested amount, what you invested for that first 10 years, right? That invested amount, you will get it back. And this
Okay.
is right now not there with any other insurance. It is only given by HDFC. It is introduced very recently, and most of them don't know. So this is where I spoke to her. See, if I am ready to give you what you invest, are you ready
Hmm.
to cover yourself? Then she thought about it, and then she like came up for covering herself, and then the things happen. So this is something even I spoke to some other youngsters also. So this is an like their question is like, and I will always suggest, please don't take life insurance and term insurance to be your investment option at all. That is,
Yes.
it is more than investment. So for investing that amount, first thing is you need to be there. So for that you need to cover yourself. So this is what is something that you need to think about.
So one of our viewer, Anushri Kumble, has just given the same message. People need
Yes.
to realize term insurance is not investment. It's a security of your loved ones.
Security. Yes, that is more than 100% true. And it is lately realized by many of the people in India. And I've seen that a lot during the corona period. I've seen that a lot. And I've seen like children of my kids' age, how they are suffering after losing both their parents. That is a pathetic situation, and that is where I always first question I ask to any of my clients who come for investment: Are you secured yourself and your dependents? You first think about that, then I'll talk about investment. Is what I start my talk with itself, because seeing those things in Corona thing, that is one of the reasons you can tell that why I've chosen like to go get into finances and help others understand the importance of money,
Okay.
because
Seema, there
most
is
of us is like that. अरे
Hanji.
why मुझे and I will tell you the truth, when I was of that age, when I just started my corporate journey, even I used to think like that, like once I die, why should I leave some amount for somebody else on this
Yeah.
earth? But when you come up in life and when you start seeing your dependence and all, then you start realizing ki your thoughts are wrong. So I don't want the youngsters to think like me, like you. And one thing like is that, because I told you I am a daughter of a
A
defense
banker.
person. Yes, my
Okay.
father and mother are secured that way because they were central government. He was a central government employee, so I never have to think about their security at all. Thank God for that. But maybe my children are not may not be that lucky as I am, because neither me nor my husband are working for government. Both of us are into private or and an entrepreneur. So we both need to see that we are bringing up our kids, so they need to live that life till their end also,
See,
and
that is why
we
it
need to
is
say
very important that we start
yes,
investing at a very early stage. Like it can be
yes,
very minimal amount when we start early. It
yes,
can be somewhat like
yes.
500 or 1000 per the month. Just like a minimal amount, you can join a WeDo club uh, where we give entrepreneurship knowledge and different stages. And at the e platform too, we tell you about the collaborations. Like there's a saying, talk about money, money is everywhere. Money is right up like oxygen. So we need to earn our money for our financial independence, and that is where we provide a membership with a very minimal cost. You can join us and learn different methods of entrepreneurship at the different stages. Now, Seema, I have a question for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we do, there's again a saying, okay, I'm just bombarding you with all the sayings. There's a saying, like, which is being quoted by John Whedon. Don't tell me what you value. Show me your budget and I'll tell you what you value. So what can you refer or bring
That
to this?
is very very correct. Because I'll tell you from my experience. See, there are many clients who come to me telling that, Seema, I'm in a very big mess. Can you help me? See, I surely can help you, but you need to be open about the numbers that you have.
Yes.
So without the true number, see, like there are people who are like that, and when I start digging onto that, like, okay, tell me like how much you are insured for. Then they'll start thinking, oh, Sima, did I take insurance? Is it a life insurance or is it an investment instrument? Things like that. Then slowly they'll come and tell me, Seema, this amount is going to the investment. So this amount goes for insurance and this amount goes for my children's education. And finally, what the biggest investment, I shouldn't say it is an investment, the biggest trap everyone in India will be into EMI payment only.
Yes, that is a lifelong trap, especially home
Yes.
loans.
Home loan, yeah, home loan. The EMI payment is only for home loan, not any other. And the beauty of that is, since you took home loan to make a house, now what will happen is, now once a house is built, you can't get in like that. You will have to decorate it, you will have to do
Huh.
interiors. So now this home loan is not sufficient. They will go for another personal loan on, or is it maybe a top up on this home loan? I don't know what all loans they take. There are people with 3 4 EMIs also running, and they have
Okay.
it like the highest will be home loan. Then
Hmm.
I have seen my small loans which I took to as an add-ons to my home loan or home building activity. And
Or
I
later
will
comes
tell
home
you,
repairs.
yes, yes, obviously. So what I tell is like it is better to evaluate whether your home the EMI you are going to pay every month for this home loan is more, or the rent that you're going to pay if you don't take that home loan is going to be more. So that is
Hmm.
where you take that decision whether I will go for a home loan, and still I am in a better position when the money is considered. I can still go for home loan and I'm in a better position. Then you go for home loan. But if you see that your rent, what you pay for your house, is very much comfortable than paying the EMI, then you better stay in that position till you reach that limit where your finances support a home loan. Because
Okay.
the EMI is never going to be less than 20 years at all.
Yeah,
But
the
you can
basic term
reduce
of
the term,
coverage
that
is
takes
same.
a lot of courage.
Okay, Seema, now when we're talking about, your clients approaching you, now I might be talking on general equality or the gap. Okay. Now, what is the percentage of men disclosing the details to the percentage of women disclosing the details? Like there's a saying, doctors say or lawyers say, kabhi chupana nahi chahiye. And I feel now to a CA or to a auditor, kuch bhi nahi chupana
Auditor.
chahiye.
Yeah.
What is the percentage of men disclosing or women disclosing is more?
I'll tell you a best joke on that. A man may be comfortable disclosing that to a man financial planner rather than a woman financial planner. But
Okay.
women, yes, women are also comfortable same way. They are also comfortable disclosing it to a women. They are very comfortable to a woman, and then they disclose. But what I will tell you is like, this comfort level comes from the trust, okay? And
Okay.
also, like, I have dig down from a male client also, and I have made him very comfortable. Once he started, he was not ready to disclose the numbers, but he was ready to tell, okay, I have insurance, Seema, I have health insurance, and I am in a very comfortable payment position. But where I'm stuck up is with this EMI.
Hmm.
And when I asked him how much you pay, he was not first ready to tell me, but then later on, the comfort level was so that within a span of 10 minutes, he himself told me what is the amount he's doing.
Okay.
So it is basically like, how are we building the trust? But I'll tell you, a man will think twice, thrice to open up to a woman. That is
So
still there.
that is where I feel, we need to go to a female financial consultant, someone like you. And Seema's details are being
Yes,
given in the scroll. So anyone who wants to get in touch with her to discuss your financial plannings, as Seema was quoting in the beginning of a conversation, like your eggs have to be equally distributed in different baskets. She can help you with
yes.
that for sound for financial planning. सीमा, नाउ हमारी इंडियन मेंटालिटी है रोटी कपड़ा मकान. When we are talking about, so
Huh.
kapra makan is roti kapra. Now when everybody
So,
started earning with a very young age, it's being taken care.
yes,
So now
yes,
makan. Now when we are talking about home loans, like you were suggesting, it's better to stay in a rented house rather than a home loan. So if someone has taken a home loan and he's stuck
hmm,
with this term plan of payment like 20 years, will you be able to
yes.
help him to reduce the term plan, or is it any way that can be advised or helped?
See, when we think about this EMI, the best way is to reduce this term.
Hmm.
So, if a person who is paying the EMI, he actually pays equal amount every month.
Huh.
So, if he thinks about increasing his EMI in a year by one EMI, that is instead of 12, if he can somehow accommodate 13 EMIs a year, not 12 EMIs, but 13 EMIs a year, his term of payment reduces by 5 years, and
Okay.
the amount that you are going to save as an interest payment to the bank is huge, I will say.
Okay.
So by reduce, if you are able to reduce your term by just increasing one EMI contribution a year, see how you can do that. I think there are banks who have that maximum apart from the EMI. They fix one maximum amount that we can pay extra. So you
Hmm.
can think about that. That amount that bank gives is much more than your monthly EMI.
Okay.
So just by increasing only by that one EMI, that is you're paying 25,000 per month, so you're paying 12 into 25. Instead, if you can think about 13 into 25, how can you do it is by dividing 25 by 12, whatever you are getting, that much amount you are going to contribute every month towards your EMI. That you need to
Okay.
pay it in a separate way, that is you by check, or you need to go to your bank and do the payment whatever way you can. I think they allow it to pay as check, and they have the maximum cap they will take also. So
Okay.
this is how you will reduce your term, and the savings is huge, I will tell you.
Hmm. So if
And this is
anyone,
one method, that is
okay,
reducing the term by increasing your EMI contribution per year. And next thing is, if you are able to do this and increase your EMI by 5% every year. Now you are
okay,
paying 25,000. Next year, you increase it by 25 ka 5%.
okay,
So 25 plus 5 per, how much it will become? I think it is going to be 1,250 rupees per year.
hmm. So that would
Just
be
by
somewhere around
increasing,
figure 22,000.
yes. So, no, not 22. You're paying 25,000. So from
Okay,
next year
sorry.
onwards, you pay 26,000
Yes,
25 rupees.
26. Okay.
If you, yeah, and the next year you pay again that 5% of it. And instead of 12 EMIs, you pay 13 EMIs. And this will again reduce your term by 10 years.
Hmm. So that is where we
And
can
that
save
is
a
where
money.
you can make your money. That is, you don't pay that money to the bank as an interest, rather, it is coming to your bucket as an investment.
Yes.
These are the
So
ways
we,
that we can reduce the EMI, but it depends on like what is your capability and all that.
okay. So
But
that
there are
can
people,
be,
okay, who are doing it and who can do it.
and I see that the majority of these people are mostly women who are not just doing their own business or entrepreneurship or being a professional. They are doing side hustles, like, they are getting solopreneurship. They're getting into solopreneurship or
Yes,
entrepreneurship. And we have something wonderful, which is collaboration, where we do
yes.
supports everyone. We support collaboration, and we have some wonderful success stories that we do, where women have collaborated and created more wonderful products, or say, I can say it like, a never thought of product out into the market, which help them increase their earning capacity. Like both the women, they were very good. They were very good making collaborations, and they were properly drafted. The plans were given properly, and they made a magic product. And they are able to earn very well. And something, when you're saying you can have an extra income and help you reduce the home loans, so this can be one. So people, you can always, if you have any doubts, you can contact us at our website www.wedo.org.in/cup. Seema, can you summarize the points or say tips? What
Mm-hmm.
uh, ठीक है, हम लोग ने इतना बात कर लिया यंग वुमेन के बारे में. Now we are at the later stage of 30 or near entering into 40s. So what are the tips which you can give us, which can be helpful for us in the day to day life to make a systematic investments?
See, first and foremost thing that I will suggest to the entrepreneurs, like whether they are solopreneur or uh, owner of a company or a director, they're a director or founder, whatever they are. First and foremost thing is like to set a percentage that you decide upon, what is the earnings that you're making every month, or first maybe after, maybe it takes a year to build up, you try to build your make your base strong, but then don't always postpone the thought of your investment. No, अभी तो मैं इतना पैसा नहीं बना रही हूँ, अभी तो इतना पैसा नहीं बना रही हूँ. तो अगर ऐसे ही सोच रहा ना, तो हम कभी भी पैसा नहीं बनाएंगे.
Huh.
तो मेरा
That
ये
is so
आइडिया है, अगर आपको 500 रुपीज का प्रॉफिट इस मंथ में मिल रहा है, तो उसका 10%, मे बी दैट अमाउंट इज समथिंग दैट यू कांट इन्वेस्ट, but it is something that you can collect. So that habit of investment, it will come to you automatically as a small chunk when you start thinking of investing every 10% you earn every month in whatever way to start with. And later, when you reach the stage that where a minimum of 500 is what you are able to collect every month, instead of thinking about chit funds and the piggy banks, I always suggest all the women to go in for the investment in mutual funds. That also into SIP, and you start with 500 and start with the confidence. And the only thought with which, or the mindset with which you need to go for the investment is, it's your money and it is going to work for you.
yes.
So you start an investment of, that is how you're going to start the investment of 500, and later you will reach 10,000. I don't know, whatever is the amount. There is no maximum cap. I think you can invest 1 lakh rupees per month in the SIP in a month.
That,
That is monthly 1 lakh rupees you can invest.
that is
So that is where the entrepreneurs and homemakers, I always stress this point, and I will also welcome all of the people like this to think in these areas, because I know people who are. I am also a person who contributes to chit funds. So those who are doing, but right now I know which is better, whether the SIP or the chit fund, which is better. Because the commission that you're going to give there is much more when compared to the commission or the
yes.
processing charge you give for SIP. It's very huge.
That is so true,
So what
Seema.
I suggest is that you can start with 500, and then later, and every time you talk about money, you need to talk in a progressive or a positive thoughts, rather than telling like, मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है तो कभी भी नहीं रहेगा. That is an experience, I tell you, which I have gone through. So right now I will never tell that I don't have money.
That is
So
so
you
true. Like,
say I don't.
Hanji, like, what you say is you are putting out there into the universe. So we
Universe,
always
yes,
need to be positive. We need to be, I mean, like money discipline. I feel
yes,
money is like an emotion, which has to
yes,
be always set on the track so that our life is on right track, so that we can
yes,
enjoy
yes.
it at the later stages.
And one more thing is, what I will tell is, like, you start journaling with money. That is, you start writing that you can see with your eyes and your ears open, and whatever it is. Like, they see at the end of the month, you are able to say, I spend this much on groceries and I spend this much on my other aspects. So once you see that, is where your what to say, your intuition opens up to
Hmm.
understand where I can cut my expenses and move it into investments or savings. So otherwise, it's like the flowing water; it keeps flowing,
It just keeps on
and you will
flowing.
never realize, yes, like where that end is going to be. So instead, if we judicially we are able to, actually, the for our financial planners we have a rule, like it is 50/30/20 rule, and I say if
Okay.
we are able to follow this rule, is in whatever it is, let it be in our home budgeting or in our entrepreneurial budgeting. It's like you are, see, in your entrepreneurship, where what I suggest is, like, you have to have a division of what is the fund that you're going to keep for your business activities, and what is the fund that you're going to keep for your personal activities. So
Okay.
from the day one of your business, if your thoughts are into that way, then you are much more in a very safer period. Even when you see some, God forbid, and nothing should happen like that to any of us. But then I tell you, we need to be always open to anything that is going to come our way. See, it's not, we are not living in a period that where we are all secure, और सब कुछ हमें डायमंड ताली में मिलेगा, सभी सोचना इतना गलत बात है कि आई कैन नॉट टेल यू वेयर इट इज गोइंग टू टेक यू. So this is what I will suggest. Like, think money in the way the money is and give respect to that, it will automatically start supporting us. So first and foremost thing is that the clarity within us. See, this is the amount I'm going to give to my business, and this is the amount that I'm going to keep it for myself. So of that amount that you're keeping it for yourself, what is the percentage you're going to say? So there is where that 50-30-20 rule comes, not for your personal, even for your business budgeting also it is
That
useful.
is very
So here the
important. Yes.
50 percentage is of the money you are earning in a month is for your basic needs. That is which you cannot avoid. Where it comes like paying the bills or your investment, matlab EMI, matlab that is a liability that
Hmm.
you need to do every month. You're forced to do. You need to pay your electricity bill. You need to pay your water
Yeah.
bill. You have to take gas cylinder. You have to buy rice. You have to buy vegetables. You have to buy fruit. So all these are, you have to pay your child school fees. So what I say is that 50 percentage of your monthly income you keep it for that. 20 percentage should automatically go for various investments, and then the 30 percentage is where you think about your lifestyle expenses, like मुझे इतना बड़ा टीवी लेना है या मुझे कार लेना है, whatever you want to have. So it is only with that 30 percentage that you need to do. So
That is
once
so
we
true.
bring this discipline in our life, automatically the investment also builds up in our life. So this is what I will suggest everybody to do.
So friends, so this is the discipline that we need to learn and we need to practice in our day-to-day life, as well as
Yes.
we need to teach our children. Like Seema ma'am ne
Yes.
kaha, diamond ke tali mein. So we need to make our own diamond ki tali. For that, we need to have a
Yes.
financial discipline. So girls, I mean, it is not the time that we sit and talk. We need to just look into our financials. We need to jot it down, journal it down, and for further help, we can reach Seema Hari at her Insta handle. It's Seema Hari 77. Thank you for being with us, Seema, and giving us this valuable information which will help us furthermore in our entrepreneur journey as well as a further journey. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you
Thank you,
everyone for joining
Nishita.
us. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
everyone
you.
for joining us with We Do Connect Dialogues. See you at our next episode, which much more informative and exciting episode. Thank you everyone. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.